Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo has stated that the denial of a visa to the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, by the Canadian High Commissioner was disrespectful to Nigeria and Nigerians. Speaking on a program on Friday, Tunji-Ojo expressed his concerns over the incident. As much as we do not want to interfere in that, believe it or not, it is not just disrespectful to the Chief of Defense Staff without knowing the full facts. I consider it disrespectful to the country and to us as a people. If this can happen to the Chief of Defense Staff, then I am worried for the average Nigerian, Tunji-Ojo said. His comments came in response to remarks made by the CDS, who had revealed that he and other top military officers were scheduled to travel to Canada for an official assignment on Wednesday, but were denied visas. Musa described the visa denial as a reminder that Nigeria must stand on its own, stand strong as a nation, and ensure it is no longer taken for granted. During the interview, the minister said he found it difficult to justify Canada's actions, adding that diplomatic channels would have been used to address any concerns. Tunji-Ojo also questioned how ordinary Nigerians are treated by the High Commission if a high-ranking government official as a CDS could be subjected to such treatment. On Thursday, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, expressed his displeasure over the incident. Ribadu went further to condemn the North American country, stating that Canada could go to hell. He also commended the CDS for speaking up about the incident and praised him for providing purposeful leadership in the fight against insecurity. Are you aware with the story that's been, going on for a long time? But before I make a statement, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, please.
Yes, you see, when that news broke out, I shook my head and I said, wow, this is one of the implications of not fixing our country. Indirectly, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Tunji-Ojo, indirectly confirmed that. And even the NSA, in his speech, which I consider very wrong, very, very unruly, okay, indirectly confirmed that we need to fix our country. If we fix our country...
If I may ask, do you think Nigeria is that bad that the CDS had to be denied visa? If we check, most of the subordinates were granted this visa. They had traveled already. But the CDS and the security chief were the Chief of Defense Staff and the security chief were denied this visa.
No, I wouldn't portray the fact that Nigeria is bad.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria is not a bad country. Nigeria is a work in progress.
Okay.
But the question is, those that are working to progressing our nation, are they working positively? Or are they working negatively? Or are they working selfishly for themselves? These are the questions. Because I find it very disturbing that a country like Canada, whom we know have very good relationship with Nigeria, could deny the head of our military visa. Okay? My thoughts have gone so wild, but having read the statement of the Canadian High Commission yesterday, I felt relaxed. And I strongly believe that there are diplomatic back channels that could be used to resolve all this. The Canadian High Commission made it stated emphatically that they cannot release the visa status of the CDS because of confidentiality agreement,
privacy,
NCNDA and all that. If you do that, you will be infringing on his privacy rights.
Yes.
Okay, so, but the question is, how would a highly ranked official of the government like that be denied visa? Nigeria should look inwards. It may not be about the man in person. It may be about his position, but not his character. So, all this, we should consider what is happening in Nigeria. The insecurity, how well have the security agencies managed the insecurity? All this could be a concern.
If we check, I realized that Canada actually they updated their visa requirements. There are all the requirements. If you check the old requirements, there are several requirements that were needed for your visa to be granted. There could be a possibility that most of these requirements were not granted. And then secondly, if we have to check, the chief of defense staff and then the security chief decided to travel at the same time to honor fallen heroes in a foreign country. Why can't they be honored in their own country? Well, we could say yes, there are several reasons why they have to they decided to do that. But saying a statement of they should go to hell, as a personality that is being respected, I really don't know how to put that, please. I still want to get your thoughts on this.
Yes, like I said before, I consider that statement very unruly and wrong, because this is a diplomatic concern. What is expected of them, like we talked about the diplomatic channels to explore, it's the Ministry of our Foreign Affairs speaking with the High Commission, okay, at that diplomatic level to find out what really went wrong. Even though, confidentiality reasons, they may not disclose to the public, but, that's why we have the Foreign Affairs Ministry.
So he should have been the one.
You understand? Have the conversation, trying to find out, oh, Mr. Ambassador, what went wrong? Why deny our CDS visa? So they will explain and give out good diplomatic reasons. Because one, he wasn't privy of the facts that led to the denial. So that statement, in my own opinion, was so fast, quick, and unnecessary. Coming from a highly placed government official like the National Security Advisor. So, see, our leaders, I keep mentioning our leaders. At this point, our leaders should hide themselves, their faces in shame, and do the right thing. They should do the right thing. Few days ago, I followed up, the inquiry of the National Assembly on missing arms.
Yes.
During the time of the last administration, over 700 and something thousand arms were missing. And now we are recording another missing arms. The question is, where are they taking these arms? Who are stealing these arms? These arms were brought in to fight insecurity in the land. How come our ammunitions are missing? I mean, it's unheard of. You can hardly hear this even in smaller countries like Cameroon. That a weapon belonging to top security agencies will disappear. How? Disappear how? Because I know that every weapon have a tracking number. A security agent resumes work, have a way of, they have a way of tracking, who takes ammunition and who returns.
Okay.
So what is happening with the compliance? It's a very pertinent question that is mind-blowing, that is disappointing. Nigerians are so worried because we are in a very turbulent security period in this country. So telling us that the arms and ammunition that the country bought for security agencies to fight this menace is missing, I mean, it's a bigger threat. Because it could be that these arms have fallen into the hands of these terrorists again. So we should watch it. And I think moving forward, the presidency should do a thorough check on whom they place in such important positions.
What do you make of a particular figure, like I stated, like Niu Rubadu, coming to make a statement and saying they should go to hell? This is more like, they could say, like Tunji-Ojo said, it's a reflex action. Well, I do not see that as a reflex action, considering the fact that you are a public figure and you come to the national TV to say, go to hell because your visa was denied. There are lots of Nigerians that have had their visas actually been denied. Like I stated, the requirements of the Canadian visa was updated. There could be possibility that this was not, granted. And coming to that realization that, oh, because my visa has been denied, then we have to come to one together, we have to stand together and fix Nigeria. Why come to that realization now? And like you stated about this missing arms that has not been accounted for, I think 3,907, if I'm not mistaken, yes, arms that have been, lost into space. And Egberto Kun actually had a representative. If you may ask me, probably he was not able to stand, the House over the question and the query that he was gotten. So he had to send I'm trying to remember his name, a representative to actually, go to answer in place of him. So there's just this thing of insecurity going on in the country. Obviously, they're saying they are tackling it, but if we have to go look back at the response from Nehru Badu, if you may ask me, I feel that was out of place. But I'd love to get your thoughts on that, please.
Yes, I reiterated before that, in fact, I have to say that that comment was very, very unnecessary because he wasn't privy of the facts that led to the denial. Jumping the gun at that point was unnecessary.
Even though you were privy to the fact that, oh, sir, this is why your visa was denied, certain statements are not supposed to be
in the public. I mean, there is nothing wrong in, joking over it and telling Nigerians that we will inquire from the Ministry of Interior what happened, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs what happened. Okay. Because visa denial is not death. There are rules of engagement. In everything, there are rules. Even with the visa applications, there are requirements.
So do you agree with Tunji-Ojo that this was actually a disrespectful one to Nigerians?
I told you before, I said the leaders, all of them should hide themselves in shame. I see it as no disrespect. I see it as a time for Nigerian leaders to wake up and do the right thing, because these countries are beginning to look down on us because of how we manage ourselves. So, coming to tell us that it is a disrespect to Nigeria, the question is, they, the leaders, the Tunji-Ojo and others, are they being respectful to Nigeria by doing the right thing? Because if they are doing the right thing, they appropriate funds to them that is meant to the poor people, for the poor people, and they dispense it properly. That shows respect to the people, respect to the spirit of the law, respect to the rules of engagement, respect to the office they occupy. But they don't care about the people. You see them making frivolous statements when it has to do with things that concerns them. But when it has to do with Nigerians, they don't care. So I don't see it as a disrespect to our nation, but instead I see it as a wake-up call to our nation. They should start fixing education. They should be serious with fight against insurgency. They should be serious with what is happening in illegal mining in the north, and not only concentrating on oil. You take away our oil, you share the money to every part of the country, but the gold, the diamond, and all that are being carted away by few perceived tough individuals. They take away these diamonds and all that with helicopters to other countries, sell, make billions of dollars. They even make money more than the nation, and nobody is talking. And they are telling us it is a disrespect. Look, this international community, they know what is happening in Nigeria. They know that the leaders in this country are not managing the country well. They are duly informed about the day-to-day activities of this country. So, coming on to tell us that Canada disrespected Nigeria by denying our CDS visa, I don't see it as a disrespect. We should watch it. One day, Mr. President may be denied visa if the right things are not done. No. To us, it's funny, but it's not. It's not funny at all. It is a wake-up call beginning from the president to the least councillor in this country, and also to we individuals that are not in positions of trust. It is a wake-up call to mold our character. It is a wake-up call to dispense justice if you are in judiciary. It is a wake-up call if you are a lawyer not to file frivolous applications because you want to get money from your client. It is a wake-up call even to the businessman not to be shabby.
So is it in essence saying that, are you trying to in essence say that in Nigeria have to actually get a tough one before we have a wake-up call? Like we need to get this kind of look down before we can sit up? Because if we have to look at it, these two personalities that wanted to travel at the same time, are they supposed to leave at the same time? The security chiefs and then the CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, right, and New Ribadu at the same time leaving the country, where it's more like two parents leaving their kids, two sick children at home, whether they have to go visit their friends when one of them can actually stay back and watch over their children. So do you I don't know, maybe Canada was actually thinking for us, like you stated, that they know what is going on in the country.
Honestly, even if I were the visa officer, I wouldn't give such people visa to travel out of the country, knowing that there are security challenges they are supposed to tackle when they have not tackled them.
And then considering the fact that they gave their reasons for leaving in order to honor fallen heroes in Canada.
That reason is not enough. There are people in that office they can delegate on that assignment. How many times have you heard that the chief of army in the US leave the country? How many times have we heard, using African countries as an example, that the chief of army or chief of police keeps traveling? Then now, related to Nigeria, where security is a big problem, where are you traveling to? To do what? In that ministry, the CDS can even assign either a director of policy or director of information to go and represent the Nigerian army. Because it will be wrongly perceived that you are in charge of this fight against insurgency and you are traveling abroad to attend a function where you have a good life, enjoy, while the boys are out there in the bush. See, I had the opportunity to interface with a friend, I wouldn't mention name for security reasons. He came in sometime and we were like, oh boy, how are you guys doing? He said, look, he told me a lot and I wept. Most of the times they leave them with outdated ammunition. On some occasions, they are underfed.
Yeah, I think they've come out to speak up at some point.
I mean, see, if we speak the truth, then will anything happen to us? We should just look at this truth and say it the way they are. These Nigerian fighters are underfed. They give them outdated ammunition. So tell me, when you have outdated ammunition fighting a terrorist with a sophisticated ammunition, what happened? You can't defeat them. Then the question I keep asking daily is this. Oh, the tornadoes, the tornado jets that Goodluck administration bought, why are they not in use? Why is the Nigerian military not putting these equipment to use? Because I know that we have Nigeria bought sophisticated aerial vehicles that could take these terrorists once in a while. I mean, just take care of this insecurity within a certain period. Abacha, when he was the leader of this country, made a comment, and I never forget it. Abacha made a comment. Abacha said that if in a country that insecurity lasts for more than 2 weeks, just know that government knows something about it. So, but at this point, we are not accusing the government that they know about the insurgency happening in the country. But all we are asking is, government should live up to task. Government should vet whomever they want to appoint to hold positions of trust when it comes to security, because it is a challenging one and it's affecting all parts of the country.
Thank you so much, and that's Barrister.